We do continue to follow the breaking news out of Las Vegas. At least 59 people are dead. Hundreds more are injured after a shooting at an outdoor concert. The suspected shooter has been identified as 64-year-old Stephen Paddock. Investigators say he opened fire from a hotel toward the crowd along the Las Vegas Strip. Paddock had no criminal history in the Nevada county where he lived. The motive for the attack is still under investigation. So for more perspective, I'm joined now by Dr. Ken Mangus. He's a forensic psychologist. I appreciate you coming in and staying with us. We talked about this a second ago in the break. This is a 64-year-old man. He does not fit the profile of someone who's going to do something like this. So what should we be thinking here?
I don't know that we have a rational way of considering what he was going through.
Right, we have no idea.
We have no idea. He snapped. And what does that mean? That means that there's no predictability in terms of what may have made him act as he had. The FBI talks about the likelihood of 16-year-olds to 24-year-olds committing such violent acts. He's way beyond that.
He's 64 years old.
Right. And there's no known information about any type of mental illness, any type of traumatic brain injury, any type of issue that was relevant for him at this time. So we could not have predicted that.
Because when we talk about mental illness, shows up in men generally by the time you're 40, right? That will pop up.
Yeah,
so
certainly.
We may not know that it may exist, but someone would have known by now. His brother didn't indicate that that was an issue at all.
Right. We would expect it in the age of 20 and beyond, as not even as old as 40. We would anticipate that. But my concern is that we don't have something that we are informing people about at open-air concerts that they could be helped by if they have to run for cover. It would be helpful for us to consider what emergency things that concert producers should be doing to protect them.
Are you saying that when we go to something like this, whether it's a football game or a concert, we need to be looking around when we get there, like what's my exit strategy? If we've gotten to that point?
Absolutely.
All right, so I am curious about this. A couple of big reactions I've gotten from people today is one, a bit of apathy. Like, oh, well, you know, we've had hurricanes, we have all these shootings, we have people driving buses into crowds. We have that kind of like sort of this malaise, like, oh, it's another thing, it's just dragging me down. And then people who can't turn away from something like this. So how do we talk to those folks? What can we say to them to help in any way?
Well, we need to have, I don't recommend that we take many breaks from the media, but if we are overwhelmed by that, we need to take a break from the media because we are attracted to that, we are curious about that. There is a morbid attraction to what's going on. But if it's overwhelming, we have to take a break.
Turn it off.
Yes.
Turn it off. And what about those folks who feel like this is just overwhelming? I mean, it just feels like one thing after another of bad news.
Yes.
For our countrymen.
It's been a season, it's been a year of sorrow. We look at the hurricanes, we look at the earthquakes, we look at what happened in Mexico, we look at what happened here in the United States, one thing after another. So we really have to take a step back and we have to reappraise how it is that we consume this information, what it is that we do with it, and how we talk through that with our loved ones.
Is it silly or almost too simplistic to say we have to look at the bright side of life? Like we have to really appreciate the happy things?
Yes, we have to be grateful for what it is that's pleasant in our lives so that we can balance out those things that are so morbid and so distressing.
Dr. Ken Mangus, we thank you so much for being with us this evening. A lot to discuss here. Appreciate you.